So hello everyone and welcome to this week's 5 Minute Friday, where we're going to talk a little bit about screen recording. Okay, a couple of weeks ago I did a tutorial on some screen recording software that we use for mobile devices, and some people have asked me for some of the tools that I use around when I'm working on my actual machine and my PC, and in this case my Mac. So let's put 5 minutes on the clock. We are now recording the 5 minutes, and this week I'm going to talk about a great little tool that I use, and it's something called Snagit. Now, if you've never heard about Snagit, it's a very, very cheap and affordable tool. And once you've bought it once, all of the upgrades are available very, very cheaply. And the tool that I use for my kind of day-to-day grabbing of screens is Snagit, and it's because it's so super easy to use. So on my screen right now, you can see that I have Adobe InDesign open. It doesn't matter about the document per se, what I have up on screen here. But if I actually fire up Snagit, this is my go-to tool of choice when I am doing screen grabs, or I want to do something where I want to illustrate something very, very quickly to a client. Or what it's really good for is when we are doing our tutorials for TDIQ and we want to maybe take a snippet from a document and we want to drop it into a tutorial. We can make some very funky looking graphics very, very quickly from within Snagit. Now, another great beauty of working with Snagit is that if you do a screen grab on your machine, which I think on a Mac is Command Shift 2 or Command Shift 4 or whatever it is, it automatically is captured into Snagit, so you can then go off and work with it. So if I show you that on my screen right now, I'm going to do a screen grab of this TDW Live document that I'm working on right now, and we're sharing content with some of our contributors around the globe. Is that I can take an image very, very quickly. I can then annotate it with arrows, or I can put stamps on it. I can write text on it. Some of the really funky stuff you can do is you can add effects to it. We can make it look like it's a ripped document. So you can see at this point now, this is starting to look something a little bit more sexy. We can put this into a document and really make a impact with some of the content that we are trying to show. I can go in here and I can drag arrows onto my document, and I can drag that arrow around, and we can change all the properties as you would expect with something like an arrow. We can add text if we want to drag a text object in here, and we can start writing all of the kind of annotations that we might want within Snagit, and we can then all collaborate on this particular document. We can then go away and we can do whatever we need to do to make it as lovely and as beautiful as that we want it to do. So Snagit has lots of great features, some of which we don't use fully. So things like being able to create small videos. You can create small videos directly in Snagit. We actually use Camtasia for that, which is another tool that we will cover on 5 Minute Friday. And I think this starts at around about $49 per seat, so it's actually very, very cheap. Yes, I know there are ways that you can create your screen grabs and this kind of stuff very, very cheaply and very, very quickly and very, very easily, but the price point on this particular tool is that it makes it so easy for us to actually just install it on a couple of machines. And you can install it, I think under the license, you can have it on a couple of different machines, and you buy one license and it runs on a Windows machine and a Mac machine. And we love Snagit. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to do some full-on tutorials on Snagit, and we will put them up on to TDIQ. But that is our tool of choice in 5 Minute Friday this week. on how we take screen grabs and how we capture our maybe some, if you look at the screen right now, we did some work on our TDW app that we were putting together or with our designers so that they could see exactly kind of what it is that we were trying to achieve and what it is we wanted, and it made that workflow so much easier. But let me know, what do you use to capture your screenshots for your particular, great for software and that kind of stuff, to show that kind of capability? Let me know what it is. We almost made it, guys, but I think we have done it now. All right, stop, thank you. And so I just would like to know what it is that you guys use to do your screen grabs and those kind of things. Just want to say, not sponsored by the guys at TechSmith who own this. Not in any way do we get any kickback or finder's fee or anything along those lines. You guys can go and buy it knowing that you're getting some free independent advice here from us here at TDW. If you can find the $50 or whatever it is, it's absolutely worth it. Anyway, until next week's 5 Minute Friday.